Welcome to another episode of Ricans. I am Nerdy Lou.
And I am Commander Mo, and welcome, mi gente! What's up again for another adventure?
Yes, dude. We have a lot to talk about in this. Well, we have a lot to talk about in every show.
We always do. Oh, we always do have a lot to talk about. Yeah. But this week is going to be a themed idea. Maybe it goes into two parts, but right now we're going to give you a heads up. You can start looking in your Google ups as we talk about them. We're going to talk about 80s sci-fi action films, the tops. The ones with the catchphrases that always stay with us.
It doesn't have to be sci-fi. What about fantasy? Like, for example,
He-Man. He-Man, oh yeah. He-Man was a good one.
Yes.
Oh, but here's the thing. You know, it's like, I like Dolph Lundgren to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But when I saw him as He-Man, I was like, okay, like from here down, the boy's got the physique, but from here up, I'm like,
no. Once he spoke, it was over.
Yeah, it's like he spoke, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It was done. I was done with that at that point. It was good. It was up to the point where he pulls out the sword. Oh, I have the power. I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be the kid first before you say that. It's like, for all intent and purposes, it was good, but it needed, like what we love. We want to see the prince turn into He-Man. We don't want to see He-Man for the entire film and then say, oh, I have the power.
Yes.
You have nada.
Yeah, it was a good thrill.
But it was a nice little thrill ride. You know, it was a nice little thrill ride for action, that's for sure. Because that's why you brought in Dolph. And then the actor, I think that was Frank Langella that played Skeletor.
Was it?
I think so. I'll give you wrong, but if you're Googling it, go to our Facebook page, Rican, at Facebook, and let us know if I'm right or wrong about that. But I think it was Frank Langella who played a part of him. Of Skeletor, but he was wearing the mask and he had the prosthetic. But when I looked at it, Frank Langella, wow! But he was younger. But good as far as villains were concerned for an '80s film.
Yes,
because the '80s. I mean, come on, catchphrases. If it doesn't have a high body count, it's really not that good. And don't forget the car chases.
Yeah.
and all the sex and nudity that follows. Yeah. Not that I'm smiling about this when I'm talking.
You forgot to add Knight Rider.
No, but that was a show.
Okay.
That was a show. So I mean, it's a good show. I'm not taking anything away from that.
Okay.
But not in that category. One in that other category. Now that you mentioned, I like Predator.
Predator was fantastic.
Predator was original.
Yes.
At the time that it came out, it was so original with the idea of a space hunter.
And the name stuck to it. It was the perfect Predator. It had camouflage, infrared, alpha. I mean,
it had blades. I mean,
he was the perfect killing machine.
That was the scary part because like in the beginning, it's like, hey, you're going against these Green Berets.
Yes.
These are guys who are specialists in their field that kind of made them look like they were kids playing in the sandbox. Like, you stole my marbles, and then your head came off.
Yeah, and then I like the net. Remember when he threw the net and it just...
Ooh, and he just wrapped up and my man just turned into Swiss cheese?
Oh, my God.
Ooh, but it's not that.
And the Frisbee.
It's the pulse rifle on the shoulder. It's a little thing like this, and it's just... Yeah. And then when it got you, it had maximum effect. Well, Carl Weathers' character. Yeah. At one point he got shot, now he's just a one-armed dude shooting an Uzi in the air, and I'm like, screaming, you're wasting the bullets!
Yeah, no, listen, that would... I get hit, I'm dying.
You're done.
I'm not going to
die. But Arnold, I mean, at the end, somewhere at probably the third act, he kind of figured his shtick. When he got covered in mud, he's like, oh, yeah, you can't see me. And that's when the Green Beret, the training kicks in, and my man sets him up in all sorts of ways for guerrilla warfare.
Which one do you think was better, the first or the second Predator?
Oh, boy. I will say this much. I've watched all of them, right? And if I had to go chronologically as to my favorite Predators, definitely number one.
Yeah.
I'd definitely go with number two. But what continues the storyline from there is Prey.
Prey was fantastic.
Prey, what? We talked about this before on our previous show. Again, one of those movies that's, I have to say, it's a cross between National Geographic and Aliens. Yeah. Boom, wrapped up into one, because the director, who is of Cheyenne descent, made it possible that to give the authenticity of the Cheyenne people at that time. So it's not like your general. Oh, it's like Predator 2 was general. There's a street gang war going on, and the Predator just got slapped in the middle of it, and he hit himself perfectly. He can hunt prey while they're in the middle of a gang war. Okay, but you didn't need much to it because the gang war was easy. It's in the city. That's easy. But recreating a culture that's been long past, and to be authentic about the culture, you know, from the hunting practices to the rituals of the braves becoming, you know, men, all that was like, I sat there, I was like, wow. I was like, that was, I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know if I was watching National Geographic or I'm actually watching an alien movie.
Prey was, that was,
and
they're working on
Prey too.
Yeah.
And my favorite, I think, I love the girl. She was badass in it, but I love the dog. The dog was badass. I got that German Shepherd was badass, bro. There were times I was scared he was gonna get killed. No, I would have. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big ass man. I'm gonna say this. I'd have cried like a bitch if they killed him. I will cry like a bitch. I will sob. Yeah. That's I love dogs. I'm sorry. I will cry like a bitch. Okay, I said it. I will sob my eyes out for a week if they killed that dog. But he was so good and well trained too, especially when it came to the action between her and the Predator. He come in, like, get him, sick him, go, shake him up.
Don't y'all love when we go from regular to PG-13 and come back down? It's amazing. Anyway.
So yeah, when it came to, those are my three favorites. If I had to go in that order, now which one is top of the three?
Well, those three are the only ones that really had any connection. Its own show, because then after the second one, they came out with Predator Aliens.
Yeah, it was like Predator versus Aliens, but that was born off the second film.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But they didn't have their own movie again until
not until about like what 1, 2, 3. No, there was another Predator movie.
That's right.
There was Predators.
Yes.
When they grabbed people from Earth
I forgot
at different points, not even in different times, just different points. They grabbed, what is it, a Yakuza, they grabbed a mercenary, a freedom fighter.
That was good.
And one was a psycho. He was a prisoner, but he was a psycho.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne played a good.
Oh yeah, he off the rocker. Let me see what other phrases. Definitely a sandwich short of a full picnic. Yeah, that was Lawrence Fishburne's character completely. He knew what to do. But the thing is, you don't know, he was not all there. But all those movies, and the last one in which they found out that one of those predators, who unfortunately got killed, had human DNA.
Yes.
So they were crossbreeding to create. And then the one that came after him had this kind of like, he didn't even have to wear armor.
No.
Armor was underneath his skin. I mean, this dude was equipped. But I say the little boy. But those are like different stories. But if I had to stick with, like, if you wanted to say franchise, chronological, or what is commonly termed as I keep forgetting the term, but chronologically speaking, those three films: Predators 1, Predators 2, and then the third one, Prey. Because if you watch the end credits, there's a piece of hardware that's shown in that movie that correlates between Predator 2. So 1, 2, and Prey keeps it right there between those three is chronologically correct. And then the fourth one will just continue. So if you had to go with those, then those other films were just different stories. You know, you played around with this idea, you played around with this idea because it works to a certain extent. Even Aliens versus Predator. I mean, when Dark Horse came out with the comic book, first it was Predator 2. You saw the trophy case. You see and I knew it. Like when everybody saw it, you're like, oh, and they pointed it out. I said, you know what that means? Then Dark Horse was the first one to create that crossover on comic books and create the story that they used in the film with the Incan temple, the fact that they had a predator and an egg that they had to open up, and one of them was a queen. All of that story, I was like, wow, they did a nice job with it.
And Marvel came and bought them.
Yeah, Marvel came and bought it. When something is hot, you got to get into it. You got to take it. I mean, it's not like it was not set with just Dark Horse alone. So of course,
wouldn't it be cool if they did a crossover where Predator meets the Borg.
That would be something. Yeah, that would be something. Because the Borg assimilate. That means
How do you assimilate a Predator?
exactly. You could grab the ship and you could try and get as much of the technology, but to actually assimilate, inject tubules and nanoprobes to turn him into half Predator cyborg.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really gonna have to get your biggest guy in there to go after it because
Would they ask for the help of the Federation?
right. Well, you know what? They in season 4 of Star Trek Voyager, if I'm not mistaken, that's when they actually were going into Borg space. Then there was the war between them and species 8472.
I love that species.
Oh my God, what? So it kind of crosses over into that with aliens.
To continue, though.
Huh?
It was too expensive to continue that.
Oh, of course, man. I mean, it was a CGI character, but still, then they made them human in order then to tell their story from that point forward. But think of it that way, because remember, at some point, the Federation created a weapon to stop them, and then they had to make a deal with them, and then they knew they needed each other. Mm-hmm. Now, how about the opposite? Here are predators who are now hunting Borg. Borg that, would ignore you because you're insignificant, but all of a sudden you're losing a limb, and now you're dead, and now other Borg jump on board, but you're facing... I mean, it's like when they face against Data or Worf. And Worf is a fighter.
And the Borg would discover that there's a queen hive, that there's a queen, and they want to go and get the queen. The story would be great.
Oh, hell yeah. It would be the most action-packed film ever. It's like, how are they going to combat something that is not afraid of them?
You're thinking about film. No, I'm thinking about comic book.
I was thinking comic book too, but think about it. It's like they're not afraid. Those predators are not afraid of them, especially if they see they're weak and easy to kill. Yeah. I can imagine the trophies. They'll just have a Borg with an optic lens, and that's it, and a head hanging somewhere with a spine or electronic spine, whatever it is that they have. But yeah, I can see that happening.
And then at the end, ended with a cameo.
What cameo?
Aliens going after the Enterprise.
Oh, what? Yeah, I could see that. I can see that because...
Or even better, Deep Space Nine.
Well, no, because it has to be, one of the others, because Deep Space Nine is a station. Now, unless it's brought over by some sort of cargo maker, yeah. But what if it's an exploratory mission? And again, they're exploring, and then they come across an alien.
Yeah. I like the cargo thing.
Like they did in Strange New Worlds when they came across the Gorn. Yes. And it took them a while to understand it and develop weapons against them. But again, they found that the Gorn are not easy to stop or kill.
The Gorn,
and they're organized.
Listen, I'm afraid of the Gorn in this new series.
Yo. It's not like the one in slow. And he's slow motion.
Nah.
You just duck it, and he's slow motion.
No, these Gorns are the schmoots.
The what? Not whose eyes going up.
No, I didn't say the word though.
No, you go right there. You
can finish it.
Shite. There they go. But yeah, I would love to see these things pop up, and that would be great for comics. But then even greater, if you could turn that story and put it up on the screen, bro. What? I mean, they're already doing it in Strange New Worlds, so it's not like, hey.
But you can. 2 different franchises, 2 different companies own them.
Yeah, they said that also about Predator and Aliens, and look what happened.
Unless Marvel buys them.
You never know.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be right back to Nerdoricans.
I got a new way to go. To the BMO. Be back in a little bit.
I am so upset. Right? You know what? I'm done.
Endeavor, beam me into that one ugly mother. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
How you
Hi.
doing?
Yeah. Nice of you to beam back.
Hi. And welcome back to another edition of Murder Ricans.
Left me here.
Hey, I told you could kind of beam up, but you didn't want to be blown into a million atoms. Oh, I'm sorry.
I want my molecules to be everywhere.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind now.
Yeah.
So, back to where we were with Predator. And as your question, those are the three: Predator 1, 2, and Prey. To keep it as far as canon to the storyline, with 4 coming around, that's pretty much canon. Everything else has always been like one separate story after another. They had their good points, but then I'm like, it's like you're diluting. To me, you're diluting the franchise with different stories, but sometimes good, sometimes not.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Prey that it's like, okay, now it's connecting this to the second movie. And now with the fourth would be its standalone, but it's a continuation of from Prey, which, again, I'm still like, it takes my breath away to watch that movie because of just the historical intent of the Cheyenne people and their history and their culture right there. I'm like, wow. I was like, it's like one of those sci-fi films that you're not like blown away by the special effects. You're not blown away by the creature effects and everything else because you already know what's going to happen with the Predator. But the thing that blew me away was the story of the Cheyenne people. And then this one particular girl who wants to be treated not as a woman, but as a warrior as well. And her dog, whom I love to death. And I say again, I would bawl my eyes out like a little child in a fetal position if anything would have happened to it. And especially if it happens in the second one, which it better not.
They probably would have just called John Wick in.
There you go. Good for comics. John Wick versus Predator? Aliens?
Predator.
Yeah, Predator. That way you can go into the world of the assassins and go to this guy and just say, okay, thrill me. And he comes out with this giant and gives you the whole, action. It's a 320 action. 4 on the side, 5 on the hilt, sights on level. Laser is good for a good 200 yards. I could see that happening. Because every time they always, like what was it? I think the third one, when he went there and he was like, I need something a little more robust. He said, you need the German Luger. Yes. It's like, what the hell?
I love the hotel they live in and everything.
But that's, even though it's a cult, this is outside of sci-fi, but I will admit this, and I say this, all 4 films, mwah.
Wait, I think you could add that to sci-fi.
How?
You're not going to survive a bullet.
But he's wearing armor underneath the suit.
Again,
that's why when
that armor doesn't exist. Only for the movie.
Okay, so it has a little element of sci-fi.
Yes.
Even, like I said, I still love it. Yeah. And it's like suit, formal, wearable, tactical. Yeah. I'm like, oh, just tactical, yeah.
Even Batman would be impressed.
Oh, hell yeah, you should be impressed. Yeah. You should be impressed. So, going on with the premise of where we are with the 80s action films, all right? Another one which stars another favorite actor of our own, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator.
Yes.
Now, another one that's watered down, but at least there's still hope. I have to say, there's still hope when I think about it.
They were pushing it, though.
They were.
Because Terminator was good maybe the first 3.
Yeah.
After that, when they started making him CGI younger, and it just...
Oh, wait. I know what you're talking about. Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
But that one dealt with the fact that they sent the same robot through, but the same Terminator through, but the first one they sent was still here, and he was growing because this skin, so he's still growing old, and the one they sent that came over was the younger version of him, which was done by none other than Brent Azar.
Yeah,
we saw him over at the Bronx Comic-Con. He was the one that looked like the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
He is that Predator. That Terminator. From here down, from here up, they CGI'd the face and put a younger version of Schwarzenegger. So that whole fight scene was between actually Schwarzenegger or stunt double and Azar.
Okay, all right, that works.
But again, it's still, to me, that was like, again, a watered down story because you had a different version of Sarah Connor, and then you had another version of Reese. And then what happened? John Connor became a newer Terminator. They captured him and turned him into a different Terminator. So,
and in fact, he's the one that killed the kid.
Well, that was the last one.
Yeah,
that was the last. Actually, I liked that one because All right, it still focused on what happened in Terminator 2, and then the storyline of what happened after the fact. That years they've been traveling, and one day the Terminator found him, and then killed him. And then Sarah is like, because now in our minds it's like, what was going to save the future? Because that was the premise of the idea. If you didn't kill the mom before he was born,
you got to kill him.
Then you got to kill him on the second try. And then they did. But as some people would say, the universe found a way to make things still continue. That means somewhere along the line, because of his death, the future changed to a certain extent. Like Skynet still obliterate, and you still have the war against man and machines, but a new leader rose, and she was the one that now thereafter, because she is they're at the point of maybe losing this war, and they need to kill her so that they can win the war over the humans. So basically the universe answered and brought in a new hero. So that is the only thing that I would say, yes, is a good twist to that, because all the others are just a wishy-washy. It's like you wash, rinse, and repeat. And with the exception of Genesis, that I like the actors who played it. Don't get me wrong, but it just
you know what?
It just didn't sync with me well.
The guy from Reacher, he would play a great Terminator.
No, my God, he's a beast, bro.
He would play a great Terminator.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
But I could see that happening. Oh hell yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
He'd be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. But he won't. I hope. And if they do it in a funny way, we says I'll be back, but in his own fashion, like Reacher would. I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. So, but oh yeah, I know. I was watching that last night too, catching up on episodes.
I gotta wait for it finishes. I gotta binge on it.
Dude, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
What episode is it up to? 7?
4? 7. I think I'm up to 5 now, but whoo, it's good. It's good. Each one is taken from the book, so that's what makes it that much better. Because I mean, the movies. I mean, not to take anything from Tom Cruise, they were okay, but when you look at the book and you look at the character of Jack Reacher, well, Richardson fits the part more than Tom Cruise. Okay. I mean, it's still Tom Cruise. Who's not going to watch it anyway? But Reacher, oh boy, Richardson. And like you said from the last time, when you said Richardson to be Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, just the fact that the way he does his investigations as Reacher, I could see him as Bruce Wayne Batman.
Yeah.
Nice suit. Board of trustees,
don't talk much, just totally
don't talk much, just keep it straight and simple. Yeah. Dark hair, the whole thing. Some ladies for fluff and for the press.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the night, boy's in his back cave throwing on the suit. And do like the same brutal beatdown that Ben Affleck did on Batman v Superman. That was a brutal beatdown. I'm sorry. That to me was like, that's Batman. When he's taking on a group. It's like when I was seeing he got stabbed, or looked like he got stabbed, and I was like, ugh, and I was like, oh, you're going to get it. I was the first one like, oh, you're going to get it now. You should have done that. Oh, look what you done did. He hurt him hard. I mean, hardcore beatdown after that. But I could see Alan Richardson as that character. So, and he said himself, give me Batman. I would love to play Batman. Yep. I can feel my wallet now. I'm about to throw it at the concession stand. Like a stripper. Me and Diamond, give me a ticket. My name is not Diamond. I don't care. Give me a ticket and the popcorn to go. But with Terminator, so many. And like I said, if I had to go, like you said, 1, 2, and I think that one's either number 5 or 6 with the girl and that particular Terminator with that actor who actually played, I think was it Rob Reyes. Version of the Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because I recognized his face. He was the Ghost Rider in that series.
Because the Terminator, one of the good ones was when the hybrids, the half human, half.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. They actually
they had 2 episodes of that.
The one you're talking about.
2 movies of that.
Actually, there was just one. And I know which one, and it was the one I was just talking about now. That would be like the 6th one because the Resistance created them.
No, but there was one movie. Wasn't there one movie? It was all about her. She was a hybrid. And then the other one was that he didn't know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It wasn't a her, it was a him.
Yeah, it was a
He
him.
didn't even know he was a machine.
Yes.
He was so. I think that one I did like as well because even though, and what's his name? Even though it was a Terminator, it didn't know it was a Terminator. Its programming had not kicked in. It was as an infiltrator.
Yeah.
And even at the scene where I think he got cut open or something, and I'm trying to remember, Christian Bale was John Connor in that movie, and he saw the mechanism, and he's like, dude, and then when he sees it himself, he's like, what the hell? I mean, he's losing it.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he is.
No, and that started from the movie before with the girl.
No. Yeah, before the one with the girl, yes, because the one with the girl in it, again, which number I lost place of it.
Yeah.
But the Resistance started making hybrids of their soldiers, meaning they would give them some enhancements, so that way they have an edge against the Terminator. I'm not in a complete edge because the more advanced ones were like
they had
crazy.
They had to get a reactor or something. They had a reactor that had to stay cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They did, and then they found Arnold. Arnold was in that one as well because the original Sarah Connor was there too. Because after she lost her son, she just traveled along, but she was watching out for signs. She knew something was going to come up.
She knew something was coming because Schwarzenegger's character kept warning her. This is coming.
Well, she didn't know it was Schwarzenegger's character. That was the brilliant part.
Yes.
When she saw it was a sight. Mother, she was like, oh, Sarah Connor's, she's locked and loaded.
Yeah, that was dope. That was a pretty good movie.
That was a pretty good film.
The robot got a life. The robot got a life.
He got a life. He got a woman, and he's raising a son. I'm like, come on.
The robot got a life.
Me? Oh my God, you gotta love that. You really have to love how the storytellers put that one there, and I'm like going.
And I like the fact when she asked him, so how do you guys? No, man. You know, yeah.
She's literally getting piped. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say that. I did not want to say that, but yeah, I came in my head. I'm sorry. I'm just a dude in the end of the day. I'm a nerd, but I'm still a dude at the end of the day.
It's true.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to I'm just going to just.
No, not yet. We got 2 minutes.
I'll suck it in for 2 minutes.
Bear your embarrassment for 2 more minutes.
Yes.
In our next segment, what will we talk about? Just to give them a highlight of when we come back from commercial.
We got some Nervo Chinche coming up.
Yes,
so
very interesting, by the way, also.
Very interesting.
It is going to be
a hot one.
And I'll give you a hint. It starts this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it starts this week. And what's crazy is that the actor, if he was the way he's portraying the actor, he wouldn't be able to see it. And with that, I think we'll be right back.
See ya.
Greetings to all parents seeking an educational and entertaining show for your child. Look no further as I am delighted to introduce you to Raiden's World. Hosted by the talented Raiden Laloma. This captivating show immerses young viewers in a world of imagination, science, and more, making learning a delightful experience. If you have Roku TV, simply download the LDM Network channel app or visit www.raidensworld.com for updates, games and more. Also stay updated by following the show on Instagram. Raiden's World is carefully crafted to engage children in a fun and educational manner, fostering their curiosity and love for learning. The show offers a unique blend of entertainment and knowledge, ensuring that your child's educational needs are met while they enjoy the wonders of Raiden's adventures. We invite you to join us on this educational voyage that promises not only to entertain your child but also to expand their horizons. It is the perfect combination of fun and learning, creating a wholesome viewing experience for both children and parents alike. So, why wait any longer? Dive into the world of Raiden's World today and witness the magic unfold before your eyes. Thank you for choosing us to be a part of your child's educational journey.
And go. Still handicap, huh? Darn it. Even in the future, I can't get away with it.
Oh, well. Hey, and we're back again. Just doing a little light examination on my partner here, making sure he's okay. And
Physically.
physically, of course. And ending off with Terminator, you know, again, great story. That one with the girl, I think 1, 2, and her, that actually made sense of the fact that no matter what they did in the past, did not change the future. Somewhere in the future, one will rise against the machines and Skynet, or whatever they called it after that. Because you know, after they killed the kid, Skynet name changed to something else.
Genesis.
Well, no, not Genesis. Something else. Probably Genesis. You're probably right. But when you changed the name, this theme was still the same. The only difference is a new leader stood up against them in that respect. And for that, yeah. But now,
technically, we just saw a glimpse into Elon Musk. Anyway,
something like that. But now we got some nerd bochinche.
Nerd bochinche.
So, I got to tell you, I am looking forward to Daredevil. I am so looking forward to it more and more. And you already showed me why. Please share.
Daredevil's going to be awesome. Daredevil is... They're going to show... The one that I saw earlier today, the latest thing was... they were talking that maybe it looked like Spider-Man in the background, catching a bad guy. And from what I heard, it had the whipping sound of the webs. But they're not sure if it's either Spider-Man or Daredevil. Or perhaps it could be the White Tiger.
Yes.
Which is supposed to be making an appearance also in that. But I doubt it's the White Tiger, only because if it was the White Tiger, the white suit, no matter what time of night it is, it should have been bright.
But the amulet gives him his abilities, and it's magical. So in magic, you could camouflage it. It could camouflage itself.
True.
If that's the case. But again...
But the distance that he threw to capture this bad guy, it looked like a web. Oh, it could have been Daredevil's stick that he threw.
Anything is possible.
The fact that they're keeping it on the hush-hush and they just...
waiting for the reveal for us to watch. That's the excitement.
Yes,
Look at my hairs are standing up. Oh my God, my hairs are standing up on that. Because I have waited so long.
And from what I gathered...
Even after the She-Hulk, when his appearance, the return... Oh, but better yet, when he returned on Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
Caught that brick like that black. I'm like, oh, he's back.
Yeah.
And he's in the MCU.
Yes.
I just love it. I love it.
Yes. That if they made a movie, it'll be awesome.
Oh, well, it's gonna happen. There's talks of him being in, of course, either Avengers Doomsday or in Secret Wars, when they have the multiverse fight of all the different heroes competing or fighting against one another to save their own Earths.
And of course, the background story is that Fisk, from what I gathered, Fisk is a mayor.
Yes, Fisk became mayor.
Yes.
How? Well, politics. I'm going to leave it at that.
If Giuliani could do it, hey.
Anyone can, Trump. So that being said, the fact that he's mayor, it's like, damn, that makes him even more dangerous because now he has the power of the office behind him.
Yes.
And so, but again, that little scene that they show in the trailer, they're in the cafe, and I'm like, it's him, and he knows that who he is.
They both know who each other are, yeah.
Exactly, and the fact is like, it's almost like a Mexican standoff. It's like you're just waiting for the first one to shoot, see what's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to this. But then I saw other stuff in the trailer. I'm like, and I love the suit.
I can't wait to
love the suit. I remember seeing it in action in Echo.
They're using that suit?
Well, that's one of the suits. I know the one I saw in Echo was the newest suit because it's not the original from what we saw when it was on Netflix.
The red one. They need to keep
red and black.
They need to keep that one. That's the Daredevil suit.
That's the one in Netflix, but when they did Echo, they upgraded it. It's still red and black, but just in different areas, and it really it looks good. So I'm hoping it's this suit, but it's not so much the suit. I'm just waiting to see all these other characters come out.
Oh, I'm waiting to see Frank.
Oh yes,
The Punisher.
Frank Castle. Oh my
The
God,
Punisher is gonna be awesome.
Okay. I admit at one point I was lost with Thomas Jane, and I love Thomas Jane's Predator. I mean, no, not Predator. Excuse me. Didn't I regress?
Yeah.
But Punisher, the Thomas Jane one, and even that short. If you haven't seen it, look for I think it's a 10-minute miniature short of Thomas Jane as the Predator.
As who?
As not Predator. Again, I'm still lost on that. Hello. Having a
nerd
senior moment.
Not all his molecules has returned from the beam.
Yeah, like the beam out, so it's side effects.
Keep using that beam.
Oh, so much for that. But definitely Thomas Jane's Punisher is a 7-minute or 10-minute film. It just happened to be just him drifting. He was in a van, and something was happening outside. He was just washing his clothes. He was not getting involved. And then something happens. And then he gets involved. Punisher way. I mean, damn. I will say this much. Jack Daniels, I will never, I mean, enjoy the drink of it occasionally, but I will never mess with it. Period. And if you don't know what I mean, see that short. But then when John Bernthal came on scene, on the first ever Predator episode, I didn't know whether
the first what episode?
Excuse me. Punisher episode.
That's
the letter P. I think it's some. That's all right. Today's mess up is brought to you by the letter P. Thank you.
3 Predators. Let's see how long this will go.
So when they did the first Punisher,
very good,
and the first episode, yeah, I didn't know whether I was like to be excited or cry for this guy, because he really was in a mode. I mean, when they went dark and deep and dark onto this character, they did not spare anything, bro. They wanted to pull your heart out, stomp on it, maybe smack it around, put it to the cheese grater, put it back together, and put it back in your chest and say, "How's that feel?"
Now, the Punisher comic book has canceled. Last episode came out. The last issue came out a while ago.
I wouldn't count it out.
No, it's gonna come back because the popularity for this. It's gonna come back.
Oh yeah, big time. It will. It will. I mean, I kept one of the series of the Punisher issues, and when he got his hands on the War Machine armor, that was a good series. If you haven't seen it, get it, because it's a very good series. When he got his hands on Stark Tech, I mean War Machine armor, Punisher War Machine armor. Enough said. But I love that series, and I read it a couple of times. I'm like, wow. And now, I mean, yeah, it ended. I was like, But then now that he's coming back on the show, and this is Mark Bernthal, so
yes,
I can pretty much say, yeah, we'll be seeing another version of a newer version of Punisher coming back to comic book shelves. Not too long from now. I mean, this is what, 7 episodes. 6 or 7 episodes.
What, the new? They usually do 8.
Then great, 8. But I don't think this one is going to disappoint
8 or 10
in any way, shape, or form here. Because remember,
they're giving us the first 2.
They did say that they had to reshoot it. They reshot everything. Went back to scratch because I guess something said this isn't going to work.
And they still kept it in New York.
And they brought back the band. They brought back Froggy. They brought back the girl. I'm like, they brought the band back. Come on. I mean, we as people watching it from Netflix, come on. I mean, que falta? I mean, if you're gonna bring the shows back, I mean, of course, Daredevil, I know it's gonna be awesome. Punisher, it's gonna be awesome because I know he's gonna get his show after that. He is. There's just no way around it.
Exactly.
Now all the 3 that are left, man, if you do Luke Cage the way in the comic books now.
I just hope it's not watered down by Disney.
I hope not, because the way it was introduced in Netflix, he was kind of like, Harlem's Black Panther.
Yes.
and you got to keep that, because in essence, it needs that cultural spark that both the Black Panther and when the first season of Luke Cage came out, and I'm like, I was like, yeah, that's my show. I mean, Jessica Jones, I don't know what much more you can do with that. And well, with Shang-Chi already out, you do have Power Fist, and so the Iron Fist. Excuse me, you have the power of the Iron Fist. So, if you revamp that, who would you do, and how well would you do it? Because they did a great job with Shang-Chi. You got to translate that same thing into Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Because even though it was okay, but the character who played Danny Rand, I was like, and I was like, dude, your martial arts skills suck. Even what's his name, Cox, he was in shape, but he trained and he was taught at least enough martial arts to do what he. I mean, it's not all of it is not exactly a stunt double. Some scenes are him. Like the very first season, I think what hooked me on the most with Daredevil was season 1, that one scene where he rescued the kid, the Russian gangster's son, and he went to this house or this building, and he went through every room. I mean, he took out what 15 or 20 guys to rescue the kid. Here's a tidbit note. That scene was done in one shot. One shot. Not, let's do that over. No. Straight through from the moment he went in to each room and each fight. Ba, 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 ba. And I'm like, and when I read about it, I said, he did that all in one shot. I was like, dude.
One of the scenes, I forgot if it's the first season, second season, he's fighting in the steps of the building. That took 5 days. Yes, that was I think at the end of season 2. Yeah.
When he was facing off the hand, and it had Electro with him.
5 days it took.
5 days, but that one, and it was like 3 rooms, like 1, 2, 3 rooms, 15 guys, and the last room was where the kid was at before he collected them, and that was done in one shot. I was like, and then when you see it, it's like, damn, boom, busting out of one door, busting into another, and then being busted out of another, busting 1, 2, 3, 4 guys at a time. I'm like,
I'm assuming he's doing his own stunts to a limit.
Some of his own stunts, yeah. I mean, well, that was him all the way. I'm like, and he's in good shape. Don't get me wrong, he's in great shape. And as far as the martial arts paralysis is concerned, bro, he's got prowess, bro. He whatever training he took it seriously, real seriously, and I give him props on that. Of course, the guy with Danny Rand, like some of his stuff, I was like, I'll go to a dojo and get a 4-year-old. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a lot better than him. We'll glow his hands up, and that'll do it, bro. If I was a director, like, yeah, wait, I'm going to go to the local dojo and get the real Danny Rand. I mean, not to take anything away, but like I said, everybody said the same things. Like, it just did not fit. I'm not saying he's a terrible actor. It's just, it did not fit, and he didn't look like, someone that was really, real into the role to do it. So that would be like another one that right now with Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, if you're bringing in him, Danny Rand as Iron Fist, do it right. Do it like you did Shang-Chi. I would not have. Oh no, I'd never have any shot. Again, I throw my wallet like a shuriken. Diamond 2, just like that, bro. Just like that.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be the talk of Comic-Con too.
I'm looking forward to see what they bring this year to Comic-Con.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they do bring like the cast of Daredevil there to talk about it, because what was it, season 3? No, 4. When it, well, actually, it's technically 4 because they did remember the Defenders, and they came back as Daredevil again. So when they had that panel and then they showed that scene between him and Bullseye, I was like, ah. I was like gaping for air. I was like, what? More, please. I have some more. I had to wait for that song. that thing to come out.
Speaking of gaping for air, we'll be right back after these commercials.
No beaming out. No, I forgot too much. The letter P is still in my head.
Predator. That was quick.
We're back, and my molecules are intact in one place. Thank God.
I'm still waiting for my molecules. I was born without several molecules.
And now for some nerd bochinche.
Let's talk about Kathleen Kennedy. She's leaving.
Star Wars fans,
Yes.
and I'm gonna include myself as some other fan as well to say, all must rejoice. All is well again, and the world would be right.
The Force kicked her out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Force choked her ass out.
Yes. Yes. And thank God, because she was messing up the whole franchise.
Yes, I mean I've seen from others when they report, and you know, they said it. Like one said the death of Star Wars. The other one is just like saying, you know, Kathleen this, Kathleen that. And I was like, I look at the track records. It goes like this: one up, one down, one up, one down, one up, one down. And then, of course, the caca of it all, the acolytes. That was,
my gosh.
I mean, wow. I mean, I still can't get the odor out of my nose from it, bro. And now with all these other projects looming and coming around the corner, you know, it's like as a creative or executive creative director or whatever her position is, she's the one that made these decisions as far as the shows, how the shows are run, how the show is going to look, how the story is going to be told. Again, there's talks of Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau. You know what?
Give it back to the father, George Lucas.
Yeah, you could give it back to the father, but here's my thing. Father, you're great, but you take too long to put a story together. And in this day and age now,
but that's because
the content has to flow through. Because
right.
a whole new, remember, he started with the original crew. And then throughout the years, and then throughout those years, he redid the special effects and put them out. But he never broke off into a different universe.
No, he did the first three again.
What I mean to say is that Rogue One, The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Andor, that's a different universe that both Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau has put together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sure, we'll love Father back. I mean, Father should have an input now. He should be in there, and it is his baby, and he should have input in it. But who do you leave it to? I mean, my personal opinion is this. Do it like Warner Brothers did. You had co-CEOs in there, do co-creators here, because they pretty much co-created most of the new universe that we're enjoying. And they should be the ones on top making the decisions now that say, okay, here's how we're going to go with The Mandalorian as far as the theater. Here's how we're going to go with Andor, maybe a season 3, whatever. And all the others that they have lined up that are going, they should be the ones calling the shots.
I'm going to defend George on something. He took long with the movies because he didn't have. I mean, Disney's a workhorse.
Oh yes.
So when it went to Disney, I think if he stays with Disney, because he's thinking about buying it back, if he stays with Disney, he should. The movie should come out more frequently.
Okay, how about this instead? Try creators right there. Put him in charge of it all. Make the decision of this is ready to go, put it out. But continue
with Dave Filoni and
Jon Favreau.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, because now you're not doing it all yourself. Yes. And now it's not going to take too long because now you have a cast of people, good writers, think tanks that are just going to put these things together. And now you're not going to have caca coming out the door. You're going to have quality work, the work that you strived so long and so many years on your own to bring. And you have co-creators, co-creators that also know they created this universe. They just can't, you know.
It's sad when the animation department of Star Wars did better than Kathleen Turner's
that's
movies.
The same thing. The same thing happened in Warner Brothers. The animation Justice League, the animations of
they're way better
Superman. Oh hell yeah, they kill it 100. It's like I would scream to the top of my lungs and say, why don't you take that video put it to a live action.
And you know they're actually cursing in them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like you're one step away from a live actor, so just do it. I mean, these things are great.
Did you see the? Not to change the subject a little, the animation is an anime style Star Wars clip, and I think they should do that.
Is it on YouTube?
I believe so.
Okay, people.
I believe
Homework.
so.
Go to YouTube, look for it up. Put your thoughts and what you think about it on our Facebook page. Rican at Facebook.
There's like 2 or 3 different ones, but the latest one that I saw was much darker. It had Admiral Thrawn.
See? But that's when it's good storytelling, you use all the elements.
Yes.
You know, and you use all the elements of surprise
and
all
Mace
that.
Windu.
Woo?
Yeah.
Right, Mace.
It had Mace Windu in it.
There was one on YouTube, look it up, where they had an actual fan film of Mace Windu. Like, you know, they coined the idea that he did not really die, which is true. We don't really know if he died or not, especially, you know, in the Revenge of the Sith. And I'm like, I'm going to see my man come back.
I don't think he died. I don't think he died.
God, if he comes back, I would love to see that. But again, you have that vehicle to work with. But again, move her out of the way, because creatively speaking, she's not thinking in terms of the fan when it comes to Star Wars.
No.
She's thinking in terms of what the executives want, what the board members want. And you know what? I know what they want. They want money. But you know what? You got the wrong person heading this vehicle. Put back Father. Or if not, elevate the two and let Father just oversee and say, yeah, this is good. Give it the stamp seal of approval.
Mark Hamill was a little upset the way Luke Skywalker was portrayed in the last movie.
He didn't know he was dying in the second one. They did show a video of it also on YouTube when someone was talking about it. I said, yeah, and when Luke died, he was like, what? And he had this look of shock on his face, like, I died?
Yeah.
I was like, he didn't even know. How do you do that? And it's a beloved character, and now they're making it up by bringing the young version they have now to continue the storyline from point that he became a Jedi Master to the time that we saw him on. Was the second one? I think.
I think they should remake that movie.
What?
I think they should remake that movie. I don't think that movie should be canon.
Which one?
The one where Luke died. I heard it's not canon.
And then again, it's up in the air.
I heard it's not canon.
But he came out as a Force ghost.
Yeah.
Afterwards, so it's like.
I heard it's not canon. I think they should have it where he should wake up in a new movie and be like it was a Force dream of what can happen if he doesn't do certain things. If he doesn't come out from hiding.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So let's say he falls to the ground, falls on a plate like he did, not disappear, but in
other words, the whole movie was a dream.
In exhaustion,
yes,
his mind takes him to alternate realities and shows what could have been, what didn't been. Like being in a forced trance that shows him, like others, like Yoda would sit there and unclear to see what the future holds. He's already in a trance because he's physically exhausted, but in a trance where he sees how all things unfold.
In other words, the whole movie should be a dream.
That's not impossible.
No.
Not impossible.
It should be a dream.
No, not in the world of science fiction. You can write that up and sell it, and people will just buy it. And I'll turn my wallet into a lightsaber.
Yeah.
No, not force choker, but maybe just grab her, bring her over, tickets, popcorn, soda, and stuff for us. That sort of thing. Yeah. And then throw $1 down the shirt and send her backpacking.
Exactly. And I believe we're.
And with that, I'll send you. We're about to throw some rain down your way and say, until the next time.
We're about to beam out of here.
Hell yeah.
Have a good one.
Until next time, see you soon. Live long and prosper. You ready for this? You sure you want to do this?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Beam 2.
And a chair.
And a chair.
Last time you beat me up without the chair.
Forget the chair.